Alright guys, welcome back. Episode 2 now. Excited to see what we managed to achieve this time out. Off camera, I didn't do anything in this world. Everything's just as it was. Literally just logged back in and planted some saplings, which is a bit of a spoiler of future block patterns, I guess. Only slightly, as it probably won't be what I use this episode, but I might as well make a head start on collecting materials. Well, that's a bit of a giveaway on what I'm going to be doing right now. I'm going to be collecting some materials. I've had an idea on what the first build I want to do is. Pretty much in this area. I've thought quite big about everything. I know I mentioned at the end of last episode I envisaged like a cityscape almost. I was thinking what goes on this little area in a city down by the river. So I've come up with one solution and had a little fiddle with colour palettes in a creative world. You know, had found some images for some inspiration, I guess. So I'm going to go collect the materials I need for this build I've got in mind. I've not actually like built it out yet. It's still just an idea. Yeah, I don't know where some of this stuff is. I need some sand, and probably could do with it being a desert that I find. And I'm hoping to find a horse. I wish I didn't kill them all for leather now, because that would make travelling a lot easier. But I'll see you then. Oh, perfect. We've got one. Let's hope he's fairly quick. Oh, he feels very slow. I might see if this one's any better. 14 hearts. That's good. And again, first time loves me. Oh, I think he's a bit quicker. I don't think he's rapid, but he'll do. It's faster than running at least. That's actually something to know. I don't know the seed of this world, so it's not like I'm just travelling to a destination and know it's there. I'm actually having to have a look around. I was hoping that if I went to the other side of this acacia, it would lead to more like hot areas, you know, like desert and mesa or whatnot. But it's done the complete opposite. I think we saw it in the first episode, but there's snow the other side of this, so it's not looking too positive for finding a desert. But I'll keep looking. I'm just gonna collect some more obsidian. I found another ruined portal. Just, I don't know, get it while it's where I am instead. Oh, roofed forest. That's class. That's another wood type we needed. So we're only missing the mangrove now. Get in. I wasn't expecting to show you that, but yeah, gonna collect some portal for some obsidian. No, some obsidian for a portal to take home. I've made the mistake of not bringing a bed with me, so I'm going to be exploring in the dark unless I can find some sheep, which isn't ideal, but we move. One thing I have been noticing while playing Bedrock is zombie villagers seem to spawn in way more often in Bedrock than they do in Java. Or I'm just getting really lucky. I mean, I'm not doing anything with them yet, but it feels like they never spawn in Java. Yeah, I've just seen two next to each other, and yeah, every night I see them. Strange. Well, I've come across another village, so I should be able to rest up here. At least get out of the night time. Although this might be the one I saw earlier. I'm not certain. Oh, it definitely is, because there's stuff on the floor. Okay, never mind. I've just seen wolves kill off this Dolly's llamas. I didn't know they attacked llamas. I thought it was only sheep. Eek. Okay, that could have been a lot worse. Or he's selling the poiples. What's it? I can't click it. Propagule. for 5. It would be worth it, but what do I have that I can sell to these guys? I've got a gold block from that ruined temple, actually. I'll try to figure something out. Okay, so I've got a trade with potatoes, so I just took all their potatoes. So that's now 5, so I should be able to get it now. If it was 5, yeah. I think that's the best thing to get. Cool. That should now be all the woods. We've got every wood type, or we can get every wood type because we know where it is. Cool. That's at least one successful thing from this trip, although I've not found anything I actually wanted, but I haven't really gone very far because if you remember the last episode, that's where we were thinking of setting up. But, oh, there is a fair bit of sand there, but I don't want to be ruining everything nearby to me. Is that? I think that's just another beach. I might have to go overseas, which wouldn't be ideal. I had to think about it. I have just gone under that beach we saw, and I'm going to take the sandstone, so hopefully I don't ruin the landscape, because predominantly it was sandstone that I needed for future projects, but I think we're going to have to try and find a desert soon, because that'll come in use. I do need a bit of sand for whatever it might be that we're building. Who knows? Oh dear. I was fighting a witch and now the horse and I are poisoned. I hope... Well, we're right next to home, so we should be safe once we get into the light, but I don't want the horse to die already. Eek. Well, I've stopped taking damage, but the old horse has taken it. Okay, it went down to 1. That's not awful. I don't really know how these guys recover health. Is it just by eating grass? Oh no, he's recovered. I don't know. Well, he survived, at least. I was really confused. I was trying to make some barrels just for storage. And, like, I've got the half slabs and planks. And it just wasn't showing up. I was like, what's going on? I'm certain that's the recipe. So I typed it in. But it's down here now. It's sticks and slabs. I swear it's never been that. But, I mean, that's way cheaper, so we'll take it. But, yeah, I spent a good 2 minutes looking for that thing. I killed a whole bunch of cows when we went looking for materials. Look at that, 38 leather. So, I'm going to make as many bookcases as I can. Or up to the level I need. So hopefully we can get some pretty high level enchants now. I'm not certain. I think it's 16 you need, but I might be wrong. So yeah, I think that's all we can make for now because we're short on sugarcane. I did just harvest as well. That's why we had so much. But how much can we get now? It's filling up, isn't it? We've got some decent stuff now. Level 20, not bad. I probably shouldn't be trying to build something so advanced or final as this so early on, because collecting all the materials for it is a big pain. Like, trying to collect clay and stuff under the water just takes so long because you have to keep going up for breath. But I just want something to live in and I don't want to be breaking things down, so it's a sacrifice we're going to have to make for that. I didn't know that was possible, a tree to grow on clay. Interesting. I just made a diamond shovel out of one of my remaining 2 diamonds, just thinking it'll speed up the digging process and I can get silk touch. It'll probably only have silk touch, but that's decent for at least combining with something later if it's only that, so I think I'll take that. Please have something else. I'm Brickin 2. I'll take that. Probably would have preferred efficiency, but it's alright. Okay, so I've been building for a couple minutes now. I'll give you a little sneak peek, just this corner. I'm struggling a bit with sort of trying to blend in a bit of like ruined texture, because this is meant to be like paint and on brick, so I need to try and figure out how to fade it a little nicer, but I don't think it looks awful. And obviously the scale of this place is going to be massive, so if this isn't the most perfectly detailed building, that's not the end of the world. Obviously I want it to look good, but on the grand scheme of things, this won't be anything really. So even details like this is quite extra. Just keep that in mind. I feel like I'm making excuses, but okay. I'll see you when I get a bit better. Or get a bit better. Hopefully I get better, but get a bit further. This building is becoming quite a challenge actually, just because of the lack of materials I actually have. I'm trying not to show too much, but you can pretty much figure out what I've built from what I've shown. I'm just running, well, my inventory's a mess, but I just don't have enough materials, so I might have to go out and find some more, which is a bit of a pain. It's not I might have to go out, I will have to go out. So, yeah. I really need to move the enchanting setup, and, well, the interior's not done, but you probably couldn't have guessed, but this will be sort of like an inn pub sort of thing. Obviously, based off English cities, there's usually like an upstairs to a pub. Sometimes it's accessible to people, sometimes it's used for like apartments and whatnot. That's what I'm going to do here. And this, well, it's the ground floor, not the first floor. So there will be another floor up here, which is more, I don't know, rustic. It'll be brick, because that's how things are built in the UK. So this is kind of like painted downstairs bar. Done a little bit of detailing, like smashed window. Again, any detail will look like a lot of detail once this thing gets properly built up, because the likelihood is you only see the face of this as you're going by. So I'll give you a little tour. This I'll fill up with, tables and whatnot. There'll be a bar here, and then the kitchens will be, where I put my furnaces and stuff. So everything's functional. I'm putting my food storage and stuff up here, and then I don't think I'll add a way up from the interior, just because it wouldn't make sense law-wise. I guess that's how you'd say it. But yeah, there's a passage up here. I kind of made the walls thin, like, well, double layered, but it looks like a usual flat would do, where it's just a thin passage up. So I don't mind the exterior now. I think I've kind of got there. Although actually I don't like this, just a repeating pattern there. I need to fiddle with the, breaking down of the wall. That's also quite clean. But yeah, that's the general idea. The back, it looks awful and it's hanging off, but I believe there will be something down here later, so we'll have to clear this out later. Like this mound, and everything will work out. Again, I'm trying to add a bit of, I don't know, dirt, or literally some dirt in that case. But like, I know it's quite an expensive detail, but I've added some raw copper, kind of to make that area look dirty, because that's where, I don't know, yeah, like the bin area will be. I've got a pipe. So there's a bit of detail, probably more than most other buildings will have on the small scale. So I might just leave it like that. I know that will bug me, and probably all of you for all eternity, but it's beneficial, I think, actually, so I might leave it. I also kind of need to do something about a name, because usually there's a big, this is really annoying, a big like title of what the pub's called across the top, but I don't have that. So I could do it with banners, but that would mean adding another layer of concrete, which I'm not sure how that would look, because it would make it look quite flat, because it's already quite a flat build as it is. But I think a lot of the city will look fairly flat. I think it's alright. I'll probably end up changing it and spending hours on it, but it's alright for now. It'll look much better with more on top. Okay, I'll get back to work. I usually don't like using brick in builds or for anything, because I don't think it looks like that great as a block by itself. But, and also it's the most annoying thing to farm unless you like trading with villagers. Although it might be easier now that you can like make mud and clay from dirt. I've never used that, but that could be a possibility. But without villager trading, oh, it's such a pain to get. I've run out of coal, so I'm using all my wood supply to cook it and everything. I've done 3 different trips trying to get it, and I'll probably need some more. So I definitely don't think it was the right time to start building something like this so early on. But at least we'll have something for the next few episodes to at least look at and enjoy, instead of just living on this side of a hill. Feels like I've not achieved that much this episode, because I've been playing for probably like 3-4 hours, and this is all I've got, just because I have to keep leaving to get more stuff. That's a natural spawn pink sheep. Wow. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, them grey ones I brought over to try and make banners with. I gave up after a little bit. It took way too long, so I'll do it off camera, and I didn't have enough bone meal and stuff. But the grey ones I brought over got killed by a wolf, which is not fun. Yeah. Something doesn't look quite right. I was trying to make the banner for the name of the pub, and I was going to do the D and G for Dribble Games, and I thought D and G just sounded good. So I started making this and sign. I don't remember what that's called. Not only did I do it inverted, this was originally a grey banner, so I just assumed, oh, I'll use the grey background. But I also didn't realise I needed a golden apple, like one of the notch apples, in order for it to be completed. So that's what it currently looks like. I don't think I'll be getting that for a while. I might have to rethink, or we can just leave it blank for a bit. Yeah, so I have to try and like set so many different ways. I think it's going to be something I have to come back to and use the banners when I actually can. Because I tried making D.G or DNG, but nothing looked right, because the N was too big if I used a 3. It just looked awful. And a 2 is off centre. I mean like a 3x3 letter and a 2x2. I think the right way of doing it is the banners, but I just can't do that now. So I think for now we're going to leave it blank. I could move it into just DG. I would remove a space if I kept it this way, but I think just leave it blank for now. So yeah, it does look a bit flat without the sign. I do need to move that, I've said it about 10 times. But yeah, without anything there, it does look a bit flat, but I've tried to add a bit of depth with the roof, and it looks fairly similar to some kind of pub you'd find. Needs a bit of work still. I'm sure I might like make these windows bigger, you know. But I kind of had a pub I knew in mind to somewhat base it off of. So it's accurate to a pub, but it's missing a bit still. And obviously, in true Brickin style, I've not done the back. But the framework is there, and I need to go mining. My pick is almost dead. I've got a bunch of stuff to sort out, so I think I'll do some off-camera strip mining. I'm not certain how long this episode is, so could be ending it here. If so, goodbye. Either way, I'll do some off-camera strip mining, and I don't want to, but collect the rest of the brick. Oh, it's going to take so long. I'm also not certain about this roof. I like the shape of it, but I think it could look better with black stone. Just make it, yeah, a lot darker. Because I think the roof for most of the city being like a slate colour, although this is probably more accurate to slate colour in real life, I think. Having a plainer looking roof and a blacker one in black stone would be better. That's looking ahead to having elytra and flying over, but I think it's going to be better that way. Like, look, I collected like 2 stacks of brick extra, and we've barely made a dent. So a bit of work still to do, but look, I now have an interior, and you get the gist of what I'm building. So hopefully when I'm back, I've made some good progress. I might even work on this build, because you can see what I'm doing with it. I don't think, other than the interior, you won't look at it and be like, how on earth did you get from this point to that point? So hopefully next time I see you, we'll be at a good place. Okay. You can see we made some decent progress. I need to gather yet more brick, which is a horrible thought, to complete this wall, and I think it's the same on the other side. And then I'm not sure if I'll add the whole roof, but I might add the sort of bits you can actually see from ground level, just so it looks right, because obviously I'm going to replace that with black stone. Just going back in editing, I'm not going to replace that with black stone, I think, and it makes minimal difference, and I think a bit of variety throughout the city would be a good idea, just because if everything's the same colour, it's a bit boring, a bit dull. So, and I think we'll try and get to the nether next episode, because I kind of want to get some more XP, and then I can get that by mining quartz and whatnot. But as for what we've done, it's a bit crowded. I think I need to work on it. I tried to make it so you could actually get through, but you can't. So I think maybe without that, we're good. Obviously everything's really crowded with my bed and chest still in here, but I tried to make it livable. It actually looks awful. I don't know why I thought this was okay. I need to fix it. But oh, I also found a parrot, but it's pitch black for some reason. It's meant to be a white one. Yeah, that's odd. So I tried decorating in here a bit. This is still just utility. I don't think this really needs decorating. Maybe something over top the stove, but this is just what a kitchen is. It's furnaces. I thought I'd run out. I actually needed some more sandstone, so I'll cook that up. And then, as for the upstairs, I have to go around here. I still need to get some doors in. I'll use dark oak, but so we've got a roof. Is it all enclosed? Which is all good. That's why I needed a bit more sandstone. I ran out of blocks for this, so I made 3 rooms, and I'll add some kind of fence here or glass panes, make it look fancy. But yeah, need to collect some sand for some windows. The reason this window looks a bit dodgy and goes up to the roof is because it replicates that one, which is also replicated there. So it's like a mirror image. It's just this one, we've left this blank. I think I'll slate that as well, like how we're doing the roof, rather than have like a balcony or anything. So yeah, it's just a mirror image of the other side, so looks alright. There should be a top floor. I'm not certain how I'm going to implement that. So yeah, there's windows, and obviously that is a floor. But as for how we get up there, I could add a ladder on that side. Not sure what we'd use it for. Could be for storage. Just shove all our chests up there, but you kind of want your storage in your house bit. Yeah, made some good progress, I think. As for what I'm doing now, keep going. Keep going. Need to, get that brick, as I said. I feel like this whole episode has just been like, okay, I'm going to go get some brick. I've run out of brick. I'm going to go get some more brick. So, hopefully it's not that repetitive. I also need to get glass for this stuff. But we're getting there. You can nearly see the end product. And once these chests and stuff are out here, it'll look a lot cleaner. I also bought some moss off this wandering trader. Oh. What? I didn't realise they attacked llamas. I thought they only went for the... I've never seen that before. That's so weird. I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, I bought some moss. I thought that would be useful, and it can be difficult. What is going on? It can be difficult to find. See, I'm learning so much from playing this game. Another bit of editing dribble. I realise it's only a tactic because the llama spattered him. I don't know why I didn't realise that at the time. Clearly I've not learned a lot. I've also slightly cleared this up. So, without this stuff, we put more chairs in the back there. But you can actually walk through there. It was a bit higgledy-piggledy. So, I kind of want to replace these with carpets because it's a bit annoying when it does that. But, I guess when you're on them. But, yeah. Realistically, in the long term, am I really going to be running through here and clicking, going there? I don't think so. If I ever do come here, which likely after the first 20 episodes I won't, I'd only ever come into the kitchen or the upstairs. This is just aesthetics. So, shouldn't need to worry about anything else. There's another parrot. I don't know if I'll bother taking him, because I live next to a jungle. I'm sure I'll see plenty, and I don't have any seeds on me at the minute. But he's cool. I like him. Okay, the guy with the trident here. Nothing. Other than the glass, the upstairs is now all done. Obviously, there's nothing in it, but the structure of that's there. I do kind of regret just planting this straight outside my house because it looks like a pain to chop down. It's massive. If you don't break the propagules yourself, will they still drop? That's a question I need to know the answer for, because I don't fancy just hopping around all these places. I did knock one off earlier, so it should be fine. Okay, so aside from the windows, the glass in them, which I need to go get still, we're pretty much done. Things look a bit funky from the inside, but the exterior is the most important because that's what we'll see most often. I don't know why that was missing. I had to do a bit of messing around with this area because I realised I'd indented it on this side, whereas if I indented it on this side it would block off the path I'd made. So it's not perfect, but nothing is in life. Oh, that's what I'm going to tell myself. So yeah, it looks alright. I need to fix that window, I think. I think I put that one block off. Great. Or maybe I just missed off one stair. I think that's what I did. This obviously needs to be cleaned up a little bit. I think I'll just bring the dirt up for now, because I think I said earlier, in future there will be something here. No idea what it is, but in a city you kind of fill every space available to you. So whatever can fit there will go there. And I think, bar the sign, that's the exterior done. I'm quite happy with that, actually. I think this is quite detailed for as much as a brick wall can be. And yeah, if it had a sign it would look like a pub. So I'm quite happy with it. I did do a bit of fiddling around. I think the cobbled deep slate looks a bit better than polished in places. So yeah, happy with that. One little detail I quite like. I mentioned I added a pipe, but since slating this I thought I could make it actually somewhat go somewhere. I know once you get inside it doesn't actually go anywhere, but you can follow it along just as a thin pipe. I thought that was a cool little detail. It's really not that fancy, but I liked it. Oh, and I've moved the enchanting setup up here. These were all the bookcases I had. Again, this is temporary. In the end, this will just be a room, probably quite empty, and we will never go here, but I need all my stuff. So now I've got the glass cooking. I don't know whether I just use plain glass or whether I dye it like a light grey to try and like shut out, like add some privacy to this room, I guess would be how I'd look at it. Yeah, I'm not sure. But then once I've got them in, I'm going to end the episode, and in between episodes I'm going to organise all my stuff into this attic space. I've got to add like a couple blocks here and here just to, I could probably do it now actually as I'm talking, just to make it look a bit more finished. I added blinds to these windows, so they are just holes in the wall, and like there's no way to put glass behind them unless you use full blocks of glass, and then I'd want to cover them up anyway with something, so I thought I would just add blinds, which will work. Oh, I completely forgot to fix this thing. There we go. Yeah, it was just missing one block. So yeah, all we're missing now is a bit of decoration, which isn't that necessary, and the windows. Just to add the tiniest bit extra detail, I've added little slits there, just add a bit of depth to what otherwise was quite a flat surface. Yeah, this is what it now looks like with all the glass in. I did go with a stained glass. I don't really like this wall that much. I might add another pipe or something to make it, I don't know, a bit more clear. Although I'm thinking this will be like quite a tight alleyway or something eventually. But we can always get rid of the pipe if necessary. But yeah, I think that's where I'm going to call this episode. We've got our base sorted. I just need to add a few tiny things, like I'll go around probably next episode, add the path, or probably the pavement. I'm not sure, this probably isn't going to be on a sort of main road, so it might just be like a cobbled street. Yeah, not certain, but that's what we'll get to next episode, and I kind of want to get to the nether and maybe set up something with XP, so like an XP farm, or I'm not certain because I've not found any like spawners or anything, so we don't have that many options, but I'll figure something out. So thanks for watching guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.